Welcome guys to Dogs of War YouTube channel. Today we have a review of the new D&D 5th edition monster manual. Your hosts will be me, Jesus, and Pat.
For our -2 review.
So, quick overview of the book. It's a hardback. It has the same little slick...
That's the little fuzzy thing like the player's handbook does.
Yeah. A lot of companies do this so customers can easily see their product, touch it, and ooh, I got a 5th edition book.
That's a D&D.
Yeah. So, it's pretty thick.
Yeah, I was a little thicker than the player's handbook. I was not by much, but
one of the first things I noticed when I opened the book.
Well, hold on there, Speed Racer. The price tag, suggested retail price is again $50.
Same as the player handbook.
And as a quick side note, a menagerie of deadly monsters for the world's greatest role playing game. They're really driving that home. Although it's getting there. It really is.
Too. I'm really enjoying 5th edition. When you open it, one of the first things I noticed right off the bat was there's a picture for every monster.
Everyone.
And that is pretty awesome.
The art is, again, we said it for the player's handbook, the art is so good.
Yes. The only time you won't see a picture will be like for a centipede, a badger.
The creatures that are
just
back.
Google those so you can see the pictures for those. So
we're going to dive right into as for whatever reason, when I opened this up, my eyes were drawn to the disclaimer.
Oh yeah.
Some of you may have heard about it or read about it or whatever, but
we just noticed it.
I just noticed it in the monster manual, and I'm not gonna. Don't read it. You have to find out for yourself. There's a disclaimer in the monsters manual and in the player's handbook. Rise of Tiamat. And now I got to go check the starter kit. No, I checked 4th edition. They don't have one.
Oh, okay, so there's something new.
Something in 5th edition.
Yeah, just go to the disclaimer and read.
It's on the copyright.
So it's hilarious, and especially for all the old school gamers. There's some references there from some old classic adventures.
Yeah.
So
all right. So the table of contents is I flipped over it. And it has there's a lot of monsters that come back from 3rd. A lot of monsters come back from they're D&D monsters.
Yeah.
So but they didn't take every monster from 3rd edition. They didn't take every monster from 4th edition. They mixed and matched, and it looks like a good spread. I mean, you have like stuff from the dragons and the myconids and the demons and devils. Of course, you've got the Gith, which is cool. So
you got the classics.
You've got some really good stuff in there. And then of course, what is a monster? Where do they dwell? The Underdark, underwater, and they give examples, which is kind of cool. Underwater, like a kraken, of course, and then Sunken Temple of Sakola, evil god of the Sahuagin. And they have statistics and the specific types of creatures, like elemental,
celestial,
undead,
dragon.
What you're looking for.
And they have those size category, which is kind of nice. So if the monster is in a huge base, it's between 15 foot.
Right.
Gargantuan is like 20 foot or larger. So
yeah, what I did notice when I was flipping through here is I did not see any way to level up a monster as there was in 3rd edition. There was no way to add character classes for it. There was no way to increase it at all. You just had to take the monster at face value. There might be something in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Guys. No, that's good. I don't know if they had this before, but if you play a lot of the modules, you notice that they'll have 4d8 hit points, and then they have the average.
Right.
Okay. And if you notice right here, it tells you if their hit dice is d10, the average number is 5.5. So if your monster is 10d10, it's 50. It's
right. Or
so whatever it is, the average. So it gives you the little average of each dice. So, but it's pretty cool.
But yeah, it tells you what you're. I mean, it tells it like a quick breakup of monsters, like proficiency bonus by challenge rating, some skills, some senses like tremor sense, languages, telepathy, the experience points. They brought back the challenge ratings.
That's pretty cool. Here is pretty simple. It's based on a group of 4.
Four.
So if the challenge rating is a 5, it's designed for a group of 4 of 5 levels. Of level 5 or a group of 4.
The average party level.
Average party, yeah. And also I like that if you, by in your head, you already know, okay, I killed the monster. I know, as a DM, yeah, you guys killed the monster. I don't have to go where the monster is to check how much XP they got.
Right.
It's right there in the table.
It's right there.
You know? Oh, it's
right
challenge rating 20, so you got 25,000 XP. Whatever it is. So it's one easy table, which I'm looking forward to the DM screen. Which they, you know.
I know, yeah. I hope that some of these good charts are on the DM screen, not filled with, you know. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I can't wait for that.
Nice.
All right, hold on.
Special traits.
Spell casting and ammunition. They assume that every monster has, if it has a bow, you have enough arrows to shoot your dang bow. You know, limited usage of recharge. They brought the recharge thing in for 4th edition. Say like a dragon would use its breath attack, and it would recharge on a 6 per se. So you pick up your d6. It's usually a d6, and you roll it at the start of your turn. And if it's a 6, he recharges said whatever, and he can use it again, unless it says specifically recharge when he's critted or recharge. There's you know. There's
do
things.
You prefer that instead of like recharging 3 or 4 rounds?
I do. I prefer the randomization.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn because as a DM, sometimes you can get lucky. You can, crit 4 times in a row, or
yeah. It's
imagine fighting a dragon when you roll a 6. Oh, it recharged. Oh, 6. It recharged. So it's just sometimes you're not, putting the players in that of a difficult room.
Yeah, Dragon 80s Wheaties that morning. All right, so
this is something new.
Legendary.
Yep.
Because they took, and sure enough, as I flipped through here and looked at the different statistics, they kept the numbers low, like I thought they were.
No power creep.
There's no power creep. There is, but it's so low. So there's no base attack bonus. You're basically just looking at your ability modifier, like your strength, and then a little bit of extra, like proficiency, sure. But in order to make a big scary monster actually big and scary, they gave it what's called legendary. A legendary creature can do multiple things. It has a certain set of actions that it can choose from on its turn to be legendary.
Okay.
Like and the typical ones that you think would be legendary, like a dragon, lich,
vampire,
a vampire.
And that's also the balance issue, because if I have a party of 4 to 6 players fighting against one little dude, and that one dude only swings once or twice, and then gets hit by 6 people, it's kind of hard to balance that without making it very strong, And legendary is what does to give him an extra oomph. To make him a little more a better challenge.
Oh yeah, and in conjunction with legendary is a legendary lair.
Oh, I really love that.
So say you're a party and you're like, oh, okay, we have to go fight the Lich. Okay, you go kill your way through umpteen million mummies and skeletons and zombies and stuff, and you find the Lich, because the Lich doesn't go out. The Lich doesn't do anything. He hangs out in his little wizard tower. So you go through the wizard tower, you find the Lich, and you kill him. Hooray! You don't think that Lich would have a couple fail-safes in place?
Exactly. You can see how much a party, we're going to rest for 4 hours. They have like rotations. They have set up traps to make sure let them know.
Yeah,
some Lich is not going to do the same for his house.
The Lich is going to have some magical abilities in place. He's a Lich.
Yeah.
Same with the dragon. You go fight your way through the dragon cave, and okay, yeah, sure, you're fighting a dragon. This is a creature that's been alive for I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
You don't think that he knows how to survive and has set up his lair just for this occasion? A legendary lair is a thing that the lair itself
is a challenge.
The lair itself does actions and casts spells and buffs the monster inside.
So now, as a player, you're like, okay, we need to kill the Lich. Maybe we should try to draw him out.
Maybe we should try to get him away from
the dragon,
his
draw him out, the dragon out, and kill him outside. That way we don't have to
worry about his home turf.
I love that. Yeah, I love it, love it.
All right, so, and then it kicks off into the monsters. I'm not going to go through every monster.
Do you want to go and give him some examples of some legendary?
Yeah, why not?
This is the one right there.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Aboleth. That's a good one.
Okay.
Legendary actions. The Aboleth can take 3 legendary actions, choosing from the options below. Only 1 legendary action option can be used at a time, and only at the end of another creature's turn. So he essentially goes during the player's turns. The Aboleth regains spent legendary actions at the start of its turn, so spend them freely, GMs. Yes. Detect. This is a perception thing, whatever. Tail swipe. He can make a tail attack, or he can do Psychic Drain, which costs 2 actions, so that means it's a little bit more powerful. Yeah. And 1 creature charmed by the Aboleth takes damage, and the Aboleth regains that many back in hit points.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. And several monsters have that ability. And do you have one with Lair?
Oh, the one that I remember is Lich. Okay. All right, Kuatoa. Where are we at here? Lizard folk. I don't even know my alphabet. There we go. Lich's Lair.
Another good thing about the DM, the monster manual, if you look at the bottom right over the number, has a letter, so you could easily find alphabetize look for the L's or stuff, because sometimes you could get dragon. So dragon is a D. But then you have red dragon, chromatic dragon, gold dragon, all these other ones that when you're flipping, you're not looking at the bottom. Like, am I in the G's? Am I in the A's? Am I? Right. So it helps a lot. So
Right, so a legendary Lair for a Lich. On initiative count 20, the Lich takes a Lair action to use one of the following magical effects. Lich can't use the same 2 effect 2 rounds in a row. Lich rolls a D8 and regains a spell slot of that level or lower.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
it could be a level 1 spell or a level 8 spell.
So be free with your spells, Mr. Lich. Lich targets 1 creature it can see within 30 feet, and this one is so messy. The guy has to make a con save. Whenever the Lich takes damage, the target makes a con save. On a failed save, the Lich takes half. The target takes the remaining. The tether lasts until the next round.
Wow.
So go ahead, nuke the Lich.
Go barbarian, go berserk.
Go barbarian, go berserk.
Rage and do a lot of damage.
Oh look, that wizard just blew up. Or the Lich calls forth some spirits, and they materialize and attack 1 creature that the Lich can see, and succeed on a con save or take a whole lot of damage. And then the apparitions disappear as ghosts to, help out.
Yep.
That's the Lair, let alone the Lich.
Yes. And the legendary action that the Lich has, and the Lich itself.
Yeah.
So they made these encounters very, very strong, which is good. I love the challenge.
Yeah.
And you have challenge rating. What's the highest you said you found?
30.
30.
And everyone takes a wild guess as to what it is.
30. So that's designed for a party of 4, 30 levels. Guess what?
Problem is max level's 20.
So you can see how big, challenging those things are. So, okay.
All right, so back to the beginning. Right off the bat, I thought it was very cool. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Arakakra? The bird people. And you may know them from the Rod of 7 Parts. So, right off the bat, the Rod of 7 Parts is this ancient artifact magic item that I haven't seen. They did the thing for it for 3.5 in either Dungeon or Dragon magazine. I don't remember which one. But it's not really well known. And for those of you that know about the Rod of 7, these bird things, the Wind Dukes of Aqua, is this whole huge arcing campaign thing. And these are the guys that made it. So this is a throwback like the other stuff has. Yeah. That, like I said, we're not going to go through all of these. I do like I said, the art is just fantastic. There's something else that I do like is the random quotes.
Yes. And another... okay, go ahead.
Oh, this one here for the Azer. Give me 100 Azer slaves and I can forge an empire that will make the gods tremble. Araxes al-Sakar Afridi Pasha. Now, the quotes, they may be from some dude like that guy. Or they may be from someone, kind of important. Like I saw a quote in here under demons that was taken from the Demonomicon of Igwilf.
Oh.
Dritz had a quote. What's the fate? The mage.
Elminster?
Elminster. There was a quote from Elminster. I don't remember what it was.
The other good thing is, when you're looking at the monsters, you don't have to like search for the page for where the stats is. There's a nice little yellow box that has all the game information. All the other stuff is fluff.
What the Azer does.
Exactly. So if you like, I just want to know what information I need to know. Quick
I need to know combat stats. There he is. Now the Azer, something else that's important for the Azer, I'm just going to use him because he's here. Living fire. An Azer doesn't require food, drink, or sleep. That's not in the combat, but that's still important. So it's over here in the description of the Azer of where he sits. He's an enemy of an Efreeti. He's a volcano dweller. You know, all of the other stuff about Azers, but it's not combat, so it's not in that yellow box. I didn't even think about that until you said it.
No, yeah, this is very, very good.
So I mean, they've got other stuff in here like beholders. So we're just gonna go ahead and flip to my cool notes that I did notice. The Demi Lich is less than a Lich,
okay,
which threw me off because I only knew of one, a Sararak. But they actually have him in here after the Death Knight of Lord Soth.
Oh, they have references.
Yeah, they have references. Lord Soth from Ravenloft, under the Death Knight entry. Blam, Lord Soth, little bio.
So I guess this is like in the player handbook, they have like little optional things. So I guess you could optionally make.
Right. So Demi Lich. Now Demi Lich, blah blah blah. He's actually a good bit less of a challenge rating than a Lich is. Lich was like 22 or something. A Demi Lich is 18. However, it does mention a Sararak over here in this very large green box, which a Sararak is right on par with a Lich, and especially in his lair. So, when I really want to see some of these old revamps of dungeons like this one.
So if you have those old adventures, you could easily, with these references, update the 5th.
Well, as soon as we get traps.
Oh,
still
no
traps.
Oh, it's true.
So, this one was
traps. You could kind of wig it.
Yeah, this one was a big one. Demons.
Oh, there's so many of them.
There's so many, right? So demons, and then they've got the demon lords. They've got a little bio here of the big demon lords like Baphomet, Demogorgon, Jubilex, Grast, Lolth. In 4th edition, she wasn't a demon. She was a god.
Ooh, she got demoted.
She got demoted. Same with devils. Well, Asmodeus was kind of both devil and... Now, it could be the same for Lolth, but I'm pretty sure she progressed past demonhood and became a god. And Asmodeus progressed past devilhood and became a god himself, too. But Asmodeus is listed as a devil.
Oh. So I'm
There's no stats.
I'm assuming when they come out with the campaign settings, they might change some of this.
Right. Maybe. Maybe the drow are so big in Forgotten Realms that Lolth was ascended to godhood. I don't know. Speaking of drow, they are the ones... Oh, yeah, and a whole bunch of demons. Blah, 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 blah. What?
True name? The demon?
Oh, yeah, demon true names. Yeah, they have all kinds of flavor, and it's... I love it. The drow... Well, we are on devil. Yeah, dragon. Oh, no. Drow... Flip. They are the one race. You know how back in 3.5 there was a whole bunch of... you could play a halfling, but you still saw halflings in the Monsters Manual. You could play a gnome, you still saw gnomes in the Monsters Manual. There's only one character that's in the player's handbook and in the Monsters Manual. That's Drow. It's listed under Elf. Drow.
True.
So that's interesting. I mean, why not list Tiefling? Yeah, Elves, Drow. They're the one. I don't know why they didn't list some other ones like Dragonborn, because you're certainly fighting Dragonborn in the...
True.
So I'm not sure why. They're obviously different. Anyway, Demon Lore. Let's see. There's some templates. They did bring back. Very few templates.
What
but there are a
edition
couple.
did they have that? Was that an addition or something new? Third had it?
Yeah, 3.5 had it.
Okay.
So Dracolich is a template. Half Dragon is a template. There's only like 5, but still, there is a thing. I got on a kick with the gods and stuff, so I checked out Tiamat. Tiamat now no longer lives. Tiamat, I don't remember what realm she lived in for 4th edition, but her and the snake god Zahir, interloper snake god, they had their own plane of existence. And Tiamat was flying around the mountains, and Zahir was under the mountains, so it was Now Tiamat got booted back to the Nine Hells, where she was before. So there's changes in the rules of the game, and the world itself has changing. I know. I really want. Anyway, so
I'm curious if they're going to come with novels explaining all these fluff changes.
I know. I want to see what happens with the Forgotten Realms. That's really interesting to me. Okay, so we've got Demonomicon of Ivwilv, something from the Temple of Elemental Evil. There was some guy got butchered by a trap, and they mentioned it. It was one of those little quotes that I said. They mentioned Cyan Bloodbane. They mentioned over here the green dragons. Cyan Bloodbane is mentioned. Ogremok. Where's the green dragons? Green dragon's Lair. Yeah, here we go. I see an ancient elf king, his majesty long since faded, slumped and half asleep in his throne. A green dragon whispers in the king's ear, corrupting and twisting. That's from the by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman.
Oh.
Yeah. Ogremok. He is a big elemental god thing. And he's listed. I mean, they put in references all over the place of all of these different things that we recognize. And it also gives a good feel. There was one. I was a zombie. It was listed under zombie. This one quote was about how this guy and his friend died, and then they raised his corpse, and then they thought it would be funny, and then they lit him on fire. I don't. Like, Jim would have liked that, and I was like, what? Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, these quotes just bring more life.
More life, yeah.
Driders. Driders are back to outcasts. I don't know why I got stuck on drow and gods and stuff. But the Driders again are now outcasts instead of the chosen ones of Loth, like they were in 4th.
But she's no longer the god, I guess.
She's no longer the god, I guess. Yeah, right. There's a bunch of new monsters that are cool, and like I said, one of one of the things that I thought would be a template, a ghost, is not. They do this possession thing. It's listed in the powers.
Mm. It's a ghost dragon.
Yeah, right. But the big bad, if you're curious.
Yep. Guy, guess who's the strongest character? And I think it's been for a while then.
Tarrasque.
No, character of the monster, Tarrasque. It's about 30.
30.
Yep.
Next highest is a gold, an ancient gold or an ancient red. Both of them are at a 24.
And it's going to be difficult.
Very.
But kind of more feasible than the Tarrasque.
Right. I didn't even think about it. Sometimes the Lair will bump the CR of the monster.
Oh, and that will say under there.
It will say it under the Lair itself. I know the Lich's does. The Lich. There we go. A Lich itself is 21. A Lich encountered in his Lair is 22.
A whole new one, a whole level.
Right, a whole new. Right. So if not everything has a Lair, not every legendary creature has a Lair, and not every legendary creature that has a Lair has his level bumped up. Yeah. I just remember this one.
And I think that one of the biggest things with these high CR challenge ratings is you as a party.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hard.
It's supposed to be hard.
If I'm in a party and I get to high levels, these are big challenges. If my party defeats a Lich,
it's a big thing.
It's an accomplishment.
It's not just, how many Liches have you killed? Oh, we've killed 10.
How cool is once I get to level 20? Because before you get to level 20, you're like, okay, I'll jump to the plane of planar jumping, trying to kill gods or demigods or whatever. There's no challenge. You feel like you're gods.
And then
I can go like hunting liches and ancient dragons until I die.
Before you were 20, you jump through all these planes, and then you're like, oh, we have to kill a lich. Oh, all right, we're gonna go. Because the lesser adventurers couldn't do it because we're 19 now. Killing a lich, that's for the high guys.
Yeah.
The succubus. For whatever reason, the succubus is not a demon.
Okay. They got
because I was flipping through because I was like, where is the succubus? And they have their own. They're not listed. They're not listed under demon or devil because I was crazy and thought that they could be one or the other. They have their own. After Slad, come on, Sphinx. See, this is what I'm talking about. Alphabets. Oh, well, there's...
Big bad Tarrasque.
There. They have their own entry. Succubus/incubus. And they're not a demon.
They count them as shapeshifter.
They count them as a medium fiend shape changer. That the succubus... I'm not really sure.
Is fiend demon subtype?
No.
No?
At least I don't think so. Someone's going to say yes, but... I'm not real sure how I feel about this, that a succubus changes form into an incubus. That may be from older editions, I don't know. I just thought it was weird that they have their own entry, that they're not listed under demon. And then I'll just get to those in a minute. Moving right along, the creatures. The creatures kind of threw me off. Like, there's no dire.
Oh, yes.
There's no, like, dire bear, dire wolf, dire lion, dire whatever.
I used to like dires.
I know.
It used to be kind of interesting. Especially to give the dilemma to a druid. Do you want to kill it or not? Or
it's like
role-playing.
It's like an alpha thing.
Yeah.
There's still giant things, but all of the creature... I wouldn't say regular creatures, but all of the... nature, all they're not even really generic, but all of the nature, but it's not even that because sprites and stuff is listed as normal. But we've got, there's stuff normal like a badger and a black bear, a boar, hawk, right? But they've also have weird things like phase spider. I wouldn't consider a phase spider normal, and that's back here in the creatures section. So if you're looking for a creature, it might be in the back. It's in one of the appendices.
And they have variants.
Yes, Tazid giant rats,
giant lizard traits.
Right. So if you're looking for a warg, I remember wargs were it was a warg.
They had
things the goblins right off. Now it's back here with the creatures. That's different. And then they have NPCs, which is kind of cool.
Wow, nice.
You'd be like, oh yeah, I need a bandit. Boop, there you go. Stats for a bandit. It
they
doesn't matter what
race.
I don't care what race. Just give me a bandit. There you are.
It's weird because what if I want a high level bandit?
Well, like I said, maybe in the DMG, there's stats for changing monsters.
Okay.
Something that I did notice at the very back. There is just the index. There is no table of CR listing. You need a monster at CR 10. Here's the list of all the CR 10 monsters.
Oh, wow.
I missed that. I would have really liked to have seen that.
True. I guess hopefully somebody will go online and make a data sheet for it.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's some swarms in the... like swarm of rats. Let me see if there's anything on the back here. Oh, some things that I noticed that were not listed. There's no ASMR. But then that makes sense.
Those are the good guys.
Yeah, those are the good for Latif things are the bad guys. But Oh, Modrons. I don't know why Modrons made the cut.
Who are the Modrons?
Modrons are these weird, like, triangle people from the plane of law. Oh, here we go. Yeah, right here. Modrons, weird shaped, geometric.
It looks like the movie that's coming out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Modrons.
They look more like Eberron.
Yeah, there's speaking of, there's quotes from Eberron, there's quotes from Ravenloft, there's quotes from all over the place.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there I saw one about I saw an Eberron quote in here. The Modrons, there's no Eladrin or Eladrin. There's no Gyres, there's no Darrows, there's no Bodax, thank God. Bodax, those weird alien looking things that took healing surges away and forth.
I never played one.
Oh well, they were bad. Barghest. I was surprised about Barghest. There's no Barghest.
That's kind of like a wolf, so
Yeah, it's like a vampire wolf thing.
yeah.
And there's a bunch. I mean, they made so many changes. They took this monster in. They took they took that monster out. But that's what more monster manuals are for.
Yes, more likely in the next future ones.
So all in all, it's a good variety. The legendary stuff I love.
And it's been a while since a monster manual got me excited. You know, as both the player and the GM.
Right.
You know, specifically the legendary action points. The
I
legendary
can't wait
Lair.
to put those in and kill my party.
I would like put them in challenge for my party.
Yeah.
and I also like that the high CRs, the challenge ratings.
Right.
The high ones, because it gives me now, because most times I get to level 20, I'm like, okay, I'm done, retire, get it, it's done. Now I'm like, I want to get to level 20 to try these encounters. And if I fail, well, I guess I have to level another guy up to level 20. So it gives me like a end game, kind of, so it's very good. I like very excited about it. I with this being so good, and it's just a monster manual. Can't wait for the DM guide.
I know. I'm excited for the DM guide.
Especially since the announcement got put on the web that it got delayed, and they said that this delay was to make it better. I know that's their excuse for any delay, but I'm really they've been upping their game. Which of the books.
They have.
So, any closing thoughts?
The cons, the price tag, of course, $50 is a lot of money to to stomach. There's no. I really wish they put a table in the back of monsters by CR rating.
Yeah.
I really do. Other than that, the pros, the artwork is fantastic. There's all kinds of monsters in here, and I wouldn't even. There's so many of the iconic ones like Beholder, and of course all the dragons, and just the ones that I would hope that would be in there, like Bullywug and Sawagan and all of those D&D monsters. I can't think of any that it's missing. I know it's missing some because there's no way, but all the ones that I would hope for are here.
Yeah. And for me, like I said, the construction is amazing. It is $50, but I'm okay with this for $50 just because it has art on each one of the monsters, and I know paying artists is not cheap. So, I couldn't read all the descriptions, but seeing a visualization of something is kind of cool. And especially as a GM, sometimes you'll get a description, pop up the page here. This is what thing.
That's what it looks like.
So which is very good. So guys, thank you for joining us. And thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll be having the DM ones when it comes out.
Absolutely.
And watch some of our class reviews we've been posting. So.
Yep. And watch the overview.
Yep, overview if you haven't watched the player handbook. So, okay, guys. See you guys later. Bye.